Coming to you live from Seward, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Ladies and gentlemen, please collect your belongings and watch your head and step as you exit. Please assist small children by the hand. Thank you.
That's right. Assist small children by the hand because this is a PG-rated show.
I know that's right.
That's right. Some things may not be suitable for children.
I heard that.
That's right. But you know what some kids say at the dinner table?
Eat your damn dinner.
Good morning, Bonnie.
Well, sometimes we do act like children.
Yeah, we do. We get a little silly around here.
We do. Good morning, Evan.
Came in this morning and I see a whole bunch of new toys in the studio.
I know.
I'm like,
All
wow,
these
we're getting an upgrade.
cool gadgets. And do we have our famous engineer coming in to insert all that?
He's already been in here. This is new. That's new. We got all sorts of new crap in here.
That's good.
Well, no, let me rephrase that. I don't want to say the word crap. We have all sorts of goodies in here. There we go.
Yeah. There's nothing like getting an upgrade once in a while.
Yeah, this is definitely not crap. This is some cool stuff. Has
Yeah.
to do with our phone system. So I'm really excited about it.
Top of the line.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We're due for an upgrade. Of course, the brother station, they get everything first, and we get the sloppy seconds. But that's okay.
Yeah, because we're, further south and they're taking care of everybody in the northern hemisphere first.
Yeah, definitely.
and then it lines up down
yeah, but
here.
I'll take new stuff any day of the week.
Yeah, man.
That's right. And of course, when I get new stuff, I always want to say,
Ba 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 boom.
that's right.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything really new in a while. Oh,
No?
wait. Oh, no.
Get a haircut, for God's sake.
Oh, yeah. And the RAV4 I purchased lately.
Come on, how could you forget that
what can I
RAV4?
say?
How could you, Bonnie? Shame on you.
I think I'm just thinking I haven't gotten like a new vacuum cleaner or anything like that
Okay.
in a while. A tool, that I can use in the house.
Okay.
And I know my mother-in-law got us toolboxes one year for
Okay.
Christmas.
Did it have tools in it?
Yeah, they came in
Okay.
really handy.
Screwdriver,
It
pair
w-
of pliers.
It was his and hers. Gary got a black and yellow one,
Okay.
and
Did you get a pink one?
I got a black and pink one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can tell them apart.
Okay. I'm going at warp
yeah.
speed this morning, if you can't tell.
I know.
I
and
got some sleep.
Did you get sleep? And did you eat a donut yet? And maybe some Coca-Cola to
No,
drink?
not this morning. Yesterday was, boy, let me tell you, when Phil brought that stuff in yesterday, that was like filling up my gas tank with high test.
Yeah, I
And
know.
that just kind of kick-started me. And that just kind of made the rest of the day. I went home, I vegetated, did a couple of errands, and then I did not want to take a nap because if I would have laid down to take a nap or went to sleep, it would have just totally messed up my entire biological clock, and I would not have been able to go to bed last night. So I literally forcefully, with a capital F, made myself stay awake till 8 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock, the ped hit my head hit the pillow. I almost said my ped hit the pillow. It's like Beggs and Aiken there.
Yep.
And it hit the pillow, and I have this spray stuff that I spray on the pillow that Rachel got for us. It's like a lavender. It soothes
Ooh.
you. So we spray it on the pillow and we spray it on the sheets. And that stuff's not cheap, let me tell you.
I have to get a spray or some kind of a lavender or maybe
Mhm.
like a peppermint smell to go
Yeah.
to bed with at night.
Yeah, I took my melatonins last night, my 20 milligrams worth, laid down, and I was out. I woke up at 2, and then I went back to sleep, and I got back up at 3:30. But I feel very, very rested.
You
I
feel
really do.
invigorated?
Yeah, I feel invigorated. I feel really good. I'm recuperated from the weekend, a day late and $1 too short, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine.
I feel really invigorated, and I'll tell you why. I
Okay.
feel it myself because I've lost like inches on my waistline
Okay.
these last few weeks.
Yeah, I thought there was less of you coming in the front door recently.
A
I didn't want
yeah.
to say anything to you because, women are very touchy about their weight and whether it's, smaller or larger. I would never say something to a woman like, gosh, you're looking a little round these days, or,
Yeah.
you're looking a little bigger, or, or you lost a little bit or something like that. But, I noticed there was less of you coming in the door, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And then like, I'm seeing like your clothes are getting big. I'm like, dang, she needs to get some new stuff.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm
You need to
afraid
go on
I'm
a shopping
I'm
spree.
afraid I'm going to have to buy a new wardrobe
You
after
might have
this.
to go visit Victoria's Secrets.
But here's what I did.
Surprise Gary.
You know, I'm not against taking allergy medications,
Okay.
but I'll tell you what, my allergies kind of got better where I wasn't sneezing and
Okay.
feeling that head pain all the time.
Okay.
I had been actually living on Benadryl.
Oh,
The
that's
little
addicting.
little pink and white pills
Yeah.
of the antihistamines.
Yeah, a lot of people get addicted to that stuff, so be careful.
You do, and they make you sleepy, and then
Yeah.
you start to use it too for sleep purposes.
Mhm.
So I thought, I was afraid maybe I have a medical condition. Maybe I got to go to the doctor. I'm kind of losing weight here.
Right?
And then I started reading up,
Mhm.
and it's saying that there's something in there that where the histamine. The antihistamine blocks your histamines,
Oh.
which help your allergies, but an antihistamine too will kind of make a signal to your brain and send receptors that you are more hungry
Oh,
than you actually are.
okay.
And with me, I had been pretty much hungry all the time.
Okay.
So I
Well, you have an addiction to food.
didn't completely.
My wife has that also, and I have that also. I think
Yeah.
we all do.
I know,
You know.
but I mean, I was just eating more so while I had been taking the Benadryl, the antihistamine,
Right.
and now I'm eating a little less. I haven't blocked the Benadryls out completely,
Okay.
but I would say in the last few weeks, probably 75% less. I'm
You should
taking
try.
those.
I'm telling you, you should try. Go get those nose strips that I wear. I'm telling you, there's no medicine in them. I thought there was like some kind of medicine that goes through your pores. It helps you breathe, but all it does, it's just a spring-loaded Band-Aid. That's all it is, and it takes your nose and
Yeah.
it lifts up your nostrils and it opens up your pores so you can breathe better at night. And I tell you, I go and put these on every night when I go to bed, and I sleep like I can breathe. It's amazing.
That's awesome. I've never tried one of those nose strips.
Breathe Right. They're called Breathe Right strips. They're available in your local drugstore, Publix, wherever there's a pharmacy. They come in extra large, extra strength. That's the ones that I use because I have a little bit bigger of a schnoz, so to speak.
Oh, do you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know because mine's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, no, mine's big. I get a big
I mean,
nose.
I'm part Italian,
That's
so
all right. You would never know.
yeah, because I'm also part Finnish and Swedish.
Yeah,
so
well,
I
I'm
have
Puerto
the.
Rican and Jewish, so like just call me Juan Epstein.
No, your nose isn't big to me,
Nah.
Evan. It doesn't
Hey,
look big.
So recently, yesterday, all the new seasons of the talk show started. So I was watching TV yesterday, and two of my favorite shows, Kelly Clarkson and the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I'm a huge fan of both these shows. And yesterday on her new season preview, Kelly Clarkson, she addressed her recent divorce, on television. And here's what Kelly had to say.
2020 has brought a lot of change also to my personal life. Definitely didn't see anything coming that came. But what I'm dealing with is hard because it involves more than just my heart. It involves a lot of little hearts. We have 4 kids and divorce is never easy. But I am okay. Everybody keeps asking, are you okay? Are you okay? And I am. The answer is yes. I will say this, though. When I got upset when I was a kid, I had a problem like saying how I felt, and my mom told me to start writing, and that's actually how I get my feelings out. So I probably won't speak about it too much, but you definitely will hear it musically probably. That's how I became a songwriter.
Yeah, so we'll probably see some new songs from Kelly Clarkson. She'll be drowning her sorrows in her music, so to speak.
Yeah, sometimes the best songs, come out of something that they went through. Taylor Swift has done it so many times.
Definitely so. And there's another show that there's been a lot of controversy lately in the news about Ellen DeGeneres, and you and I have had talks about this off the air and things like that. And there's a mantra that I always say. To be kind to one another at the end of our program, because I'm a firm believer in what Ellen says. I'm a huge supporter of Ellen. And yesterday on her debut show, when she came on the air, one of the first things that she did, and it's really cool, she has a virtual audience. I am completely blown away, and I'm set up for October 1st to be in her virtual audience. I signed up.
Oh, wow.
She has all these TV screens in place of where the chairs are.
Okay.
And she can actually walk up to different TV screens and talk to people right there. So I'm set up to be in her virtual audience first week of October.
So she might be talking to you on
yeah,
that
she could
TV
be talking
screen
to me
up and
on the
coming.
TV screen. I might see myself on television. So I'm really super stoked about this.
That would be cool.
Anyway, going back to what I was saying, Ellen DeGeneres, there was a lot of controversy about she's not the same person you see on television behind the scenes, that she treats her people like crap and she's mean and she doesn't want to be looked at and just so much stuff. And I think she realized that some of the things I guess she was doing absentmindedly, or I don't know exactly what it is, but yesterday when she came on the air, one of the first things she did was she cleared the air of everything. And this is what Ellen had to say.
As you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. And then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously. And I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected. I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show. This is the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I am Ellen DeGeneres. We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
I think
there were also articles in the press and on social media that said that I am not who I appear to be on TV because I became known as the Be Kind lady. The truth is, I am that person that you see on TV. I am also a lot of other things. Sometimes I get sad, I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient, and I am working on all of that. I am a work in progress. And I'm especially working on the impatience thing and it's not going well because it's not happening fast enough. I will tell you that.
Yeah, it's for her to come out and recognize this, I really have to tip my hat to Ellen DeGeneres. I really do.
I think this is going to be, what is it, her 17th, maybe 18th season now?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I think it's 18, if I'm not mistaken.
And
I'm not sure.
Pretty
I have
sure.
to look at the graphic.
I think she did lose like 2 producers from the show from all of this who, stepped out and walked away. So she has like lost some people.
She lost some people, but she gained some people. But I know that Andy, her main producer, is still with her. Twitch, her DJ, she made a huge announcement on the show yesterday that Twitch got a promotion.
Promoted, yeah.
Because the DJ thing was just a big fake facade that was there. So they've made Twitch the co-executive producer of the program now. So he's going to have a lot of input, say, on the show. So that's really cool.
Part of me wishes that I would almost like to see Ellen, go out there and maybe do some stand-up and get back to her like original comedy. Like, I wouldn't have minded seeing her walk away from the show for a year or two. And, if she could get back, sometimes a comedian kind of loses their funniness, their spirit about them.
I don't think Ellen will ever lose her funniness or her spirit. And then again, if she walks away from her show for a year or two and then tries to come back, the network may not accept her back because of the consistency of the last 17 straight years in a row. In the world of television, you have to be consistent. That's just like General Hospital never left the airwaves. They've been consistent year after year after year after year. Just like, a lot of the other late night shows, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert. There's a consistency in the world of television.
Yeah, I mean, but like she's been, doing it a long time.
Yeah, she still goes out every now and then, and she did before COVID. She did take her act on the road. She actually came down here to Florida and was at the Hard Rock down in Hollywood, Florida.
How long ago was she down there?
That was this year.
Oh, okay.
It was this year. She was there at the beginning of the year.
Why did you go see her? Why didn't you go see her?
I was down there.
Oh, you went. You did go to see her stand up.
I was down there.
Was it very, very good?
Very good. Very good. She's very good. She's a very, very good comedian. she's got her act together. I will tell you that much. She's a true professional on stage.
Yeah, well, she's trying. I know she lost a huge fan base with a year that she's had and all of this in the news. But maybe with that apology and things can get back to normal with her.
I think so.
And maybe regain the fans.
In my humble opinion, I don't really think she's lost a huge fan base. I think some of the air was cleared yesterday, so to speak, when she came on the air. I think the air was definitely cleared, and she cleared up a lot of garbage that was being said, and a lot of things came to fruition yesterday. But the long of the short of it is, she's in the public eye like a lot of other people are. People are going to talk. People are going to say things. Some people are going to believe her. Some people aren't going to believe her. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody formulates their own opinion, and you believe what you want to believe. And nobody will ever try to change somebody else's opinion of somebody. That's just, the way things should be. I would never try to change yours, just like you would never try to change mine.
And then you decide if you want to keep watching the Ellen DeGeneres show or not. And that's why we live in this amazing free country.
6:22 right now. It's news time. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. President Trump says Miami native Barbara Lagoa is on his short list for the spot on the U.S. Supreme Court that opened up with the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The president was asked if he'll meet with Lagoa when he's in Miami on Friday.
I may. She's highly thought of. I'm getting a lot of phone calls from a lot of people.
Lagoa was appointed to the Florida Supreme Court by Governor Ron DeSantis before being elevated to the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Atlanta by President Trump. Florida is reporting its smallest daily increase in coronavirus cases since June 10th. Less than 1,700 new cases were reported yesterday. There were 21 additional deaths. Governor DeSantis is proposing legislation to penalize those who cross the line between a peaceful protest and violence. Speaking in Winter Haven, DeSantis said that, for example, blocking roadways would be a felony.
We see people take over interstates. That is absolutely hazardous. It's not fair to motorists who may get caught up in that. And so that will be unacceptable.
The governor says it's time for Florida to stand unequivocally behind its police officers. DeSantis threatened to take away state grants from any communities that seek to defund police departments. Governor Ron DeSantis is warning Florida communities, too, against taking money away from police departments.
We are not going to permit localities to defund the police. If you defund the police, then the state is going to defund any grant or aids coming to you. And that applies to any municipality or local government throughout the state of Florida.
In Winter Haven, DeSantis proposed legislation that includes strict penalties for those who cross the line between a peaceful protest and violence. And lastly, the Martin County School District invites the public to hear the latest on the complete school replacements of Jensen Beach and Palm City Elementary schools. They will hold a virtual information session on this coming Wednesday, September 23. That's tomorrow night at 5 to discuss Palm City Elementary School, and another virtual session this coming Thursday at 5 p.m. to discuss Jensen Beach Elementary School. Now, to get more information and access to the links for the virtual meetings, visit their website at martinschools.org. We have the Major League Baseball scores. Let's get them from last night. The Cubs shutting out the Pirates 5-0. Atlanta Braves beating Miami Marlins 5-4. The Brewers losing to Cincinnati Reds 6-3. Now the New York Yankees get beat by the Toronto Blue Jays 11-5. It was 7-4, the Cleveland Indians over the White Sox. The Phillies got slammed by Washington Nationals 5-1. It was the LA Angels beating Texas Rangers 8-5. Tampa Bay Rays beating the New York Mets by a score of 2-1. And also winning were Kansas City Mariners beating Houston and the Colorado Rockies winning 2. Our news time is 6:26. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
627 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's a Tuesday edition. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, we don't find any traffic accidents to report right here. Martin County, the roads are looking fine. We did see an accident earlier this morning on the Turnpike northbound mile marker 150 in Port St. Lucie with the left lane being blocked. But otherwise, no tie-ups, no slowdowns, and there's your latest look at traffic. And it's 79 in Stewart. And thank you, our friend Mark Hales, for sending us about Surrey, Southeast England, where it's a nice 70. And here's our forecast at WPTV.
Good morning, my sunshines, and happy Tuesday to you. Starting off this morning in the mid to upper 70s under partly cloudy skies and a few passing showers coming in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid-80s, low humidity, partly sunny skies, and a 20% chance for a few showers. Winds will stay breezy out of the east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. A coastal flood advisory remains in place throughout the day. Comfy weather continues through Wednesday, highs in the mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low rain chances. By the end of the work week, moisture creeps back in, humidity returns, and rain chances go back up, highs back in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
6:30 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's a Tuesday. Going back to what we were talking about before, Bonnie, about Ellen DeGeneres, she did return to stand-up 2 years ago, as a matter of fact. In regards to that, she did go and do some stand-up stuff for Netflix, and she did come back and do stand-up in between her seasons.
That's great. Oh, speaking of Netflix, we did watch the documentary last night on Space Shuttle Challenger.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like really interesting when that went up. And we know this, like the school teacher of Krista McAuliffe that did go up and, the first woman, the first civilian to go right up there in space.
Right.
We know all about her, but they kind of like went into the other astronauts on, that were on board that space shuttle too. And kind of like their upbringing and what they went through to get into the program. So yeah, Netflix has some fine things. And I wonder if their shows, maybe we can find Ellen too on YouTube somewhere, because I would like to see some more of her stand-up.
You could find her all over. All you got to just do is Google Ellen DeGeneres on YouTube, and if you have Netflix, you can find her stuff on Netflix. Her stand-up comedy is everywhere. So I mean, there's so much stuff of her you could definitely do. And speaking of videos, let's go to viral videos. You know, Bonnie, it takes a lot to pull some people away from a video game, but it was very easy for this next lady in this video. She showed her guy their positive pregnancy test, and the next thing you know, he's out the door shouting it to the world. And he was playing video games. Let's listen.
We having a baby? Yes. We having a baby? Yes. Yeah.
We're having a baby! There goes yelling out the door. We're having a baby.
He's excited.
Yeah.
That's one excited father to be.
Yeah, definitely so. She got to say,
You my baby's daddy.
that's right. That's exactly what she got to say.
And he is one for certain that's just more than tickled.
There's
with
probably
that.
somewhere, someplace, somebody around the world is telling their better half.
You my baby's daddy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Baby's daddy.
Feeling that feeling, and I bet he's going to be the dad for the first time. I'm guessing, probably
Yeah.
a first time daddy.
Yeah, I know what my reaction was like when I was having my first child, Darren, 30 years ago. It was pretty exciting. I always wanted to be a father, and then that happened.
And then you became a father again, and a
Yeah.
father again.
And a father again.
Yeah.
But
And
I got 2 for 1 at one shot.
that's awesome.
2 for the price of 1. I don't know how the heck that happened.
So is it just exciting, as exciting having a child come into the world that second time as it is the first?
Yeah, it was. It was very
Yeah.
exciting. Very, very exciting because, you know, you get to experience creating a life with somebody that you're with. Unfortunately, I'm not with that person anymore, but you get to experience creating a life, and creating a life is a beautiful thing. It's really, it's very hard to put into words becoming a parent and what it's like to become a parent. I can't really put it into words. It's really hard to do. I know that a good friend of mine, Mike, lives in Port St. Lucie, just became the dad to fraternal twins. He has a little boy, and then they just had another little boy recently, and then his wife got pregnant with twins. So he got 2 for 1 also. So he actually has the same identical amount of kids that I have. He has 3 boys and a girl, and 2 of the kids are fraternal twins that him and Madi, his wife, just had just about a week ago.
Yeah.
And it's just, I told him, I said, dude, when I was talking to him when his wife was pregnant for the first time, and I said, listen, if you can be in there, be in that room when that child comes out, because it's going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced. If you ever got really drunk or really high on anything, this takes the cake. This is the most natural high you will ever feel in your entire lifetime.
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah.
And you mentioned how similar that family is to yours.
Yeah.
It's weird when you find family and friends that have similar families.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, I was in the break room yesterday and talking with 2 of my coworkers
Right.
to find out that we have similar families too, where 2 of my fellow coworkers are always also the youngest girl and the youngest children in their family, their brothers that are years older than them.
Really?
And it's kind of like, it was like, wow, what are the chances? What are the chances that I'm working with these 2 ladies who have, similar families like I do, and kind of like in the lineup where they were born in their families.
It's very cool. Being a parent's a very cool thing. It's for some people, they just don't want to have kids. One of my very, very good close friends is not a dad. He doesn't have any children. He is my oldest son's godfather. He's Uncle Tony to my Darren. And just him and his wife just never had a biological child together. His wife has a child from a prior marriage, but it just, it's not for everybody. It's not.
Which is perfectly fine. Yeah, perfectly fine if you don't want to be the dad or the mom. And you said like your relative can really step in and be that uncle, and then you're always needed with kids somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely so. Here's another viral video. A dog knows how to diffuse a difficult situation. He's getting scolded by his owner for pooping in the house, and his response to a flashy, toothy smile is hysterical. Listen in.
What is this? What is this?
And the dog is just smiling.
Yeah.
Was this you? Did you poop in the house?
The dog is literally,
Nova.
he's got a grin on his face. I've never seen a dog smile like that before.
All of his teeth are showing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
Crazy.
Now, I had Dalmatians that did it, and this dog here is not a Dalmatian. It looks like some sort of a mixed breed. Like
It's got
I
like a little bit of a collie in it.
want to call it a mutt, a collie mixed with something there.
Yeah.
I only thought that was in the Dalmatian breed.
Yeah.
But because I've seen my dog smile before, and this dog is certainly doing it too. They'll tend to smile if they get nervous about something. Like in this instance, this dog did something wrong. And if the dog knows that they did something wrong,
Right.
They'll also smile like upon somebody coming over to visit that they haven't seen in a while when they get excited.
Bonnie, do you know what a smartphone jail is by any chance? You ever heard of smartphone jail?
Smartphone jail.
Yeah, it's the latest thing that's going on in case you haven't heard about it. It's where the phone is taken away and jailed in a safe for a certain amount of time. It's got to be the worst form of punishment a teenager could get these days. And that's why this next video clip is hysterical. A guy puts his sister's phone in a jail and set the timer to unlock in 40 minutes. But she started messing around with it, and unknowingly, the timer was reset to 2 days on the safe.
Oh, no.
This is the audio from the clip. Let's listen in.
What?
Yeah.
What? It's 2 days.
My bag.
This is not funny.
Wow. I think it might lengthen the. Wait, no. I put it in there for 40 minutes. Not.
Yeah. I know now. Now I know if somebody ever took my phone away and put it in smartphone jail, I would be livid.
Would you really?
I would be livid. I cannot live without my smartphone. I cannot. My smartphone is my lifeline.
Is it
to
like
everything.
hooked to your belt buckle, hooked by your side 24 hours a day?
It is in my pocket. It is next to me. It is in front of me as we speak. I cannot live without my smartphone because it's my lifeline to my family. It's my lifeline to my friends, and it's my lifeline to my entertainment company. And without my phone, if I miss a phone call from a prospective client, I'm losing a lot of money because they will go on to the next person and call that next DJ to do their wedding if they can't reach me.
You're losing a lot of sleep too from losing all that business. That wouldn't be good.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And that just adds more, fuel to the fire, so to speak.
Got to have that phone around always.
A mom posted video of her toddler daughter pretending to have morning sickness. This is hysterical. She's imitating her pregnant mother, who wrote that she, quote, might throw up a lot. Now, you have to really understand this. Let me set the stage. The video is of a toddler bending over. The girl's like 3 years old, and she's leaning over the porcelain crown, okay, which is referred to as the throne, otherwise known as the bathroom, the toilet. She's bending over, and all you hear is the sound effects along with the video. Let's listen.
Oh.
This is so funny. Stands up. She bends over again. She acts like she's puking. She looks around. And there she goes again. And
do you feel better?
She asked her if she felt better. Like the toddler's really going to answer.
Well, that kind of shows you how much the little ones are really watching you, and they want to mock what you do.
They imitate you.
But
that could be very dangerous if they're mocking you, because depending on what you're doing around the house, that wouldn't be good if you're walking around pretending to be an adult entertainer and taking your clothes off around the house.
Oh, I guess not.
Then the toddler would be mimicking you doing that.
You might
just would not be good.
Want to have a stripper pole in the house if you have a toddler.
Yeah, could you imagine a toddler walking around and doing what its mother was doing? Oh, I just got an email, said my requests for my tickets for the Kelly Clarkson show have been approved.
Oh, nice.
Now I'm going to be in Kelly Clarkson's
When's
audience.
that one going to be on?
I don't know. I'll have to look at the date and I'll let you know.
I thought you might have said a Friday for some reason.
I'm not sure. But I'll have to definitely check.
Yeah, and you mentioned too, Evan, that she did get divorced this year. I think she's one of many that didn't quite make it through the quarantine with their spouse. When you were quarantined.
I don't think the quarantine was the cause of the divorce. They just grew apart.
I think she was married to Reba McEntire's son, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure. Not sure about that. I didn't do that much investigating as far as that goes. I didn't want to get too much of her dirt because I don't like getting into too much of other people's business.
I think I did read where she was married to Reba's son.
Okay. Well, you have a computer there. Go to Google and you can confirm that.
I did already.
Well, you said you think.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I've seen her and Reba in pictures here and there.
Okay.
And they're, that's a big power family if she had been married to the son.
Bonnie, did you know that the average man has cried in public 14 times in his entire adult life? Their fathers cried an average of 5 times in their lives.
That's more times than I would imagine.
Yeah.
Usually you don't see men tend to cry.
No. Did you know that 49% of people will watch a horror film in October to celebrate Halloween?
Absolutely.
Did you also know that a new survey found the number one thing people want in their dream home is a bathroom in every single bedroom? Every bedroom, they want a bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't have to go too far to take care of business.
Yeah, I see that when these people buy this really fancy real estate. I think I watched the reality program where they get a realtor and they just came into big bucks or big money, like winning the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of them that I have seen do want those personal bathrooms outside the bedroom.
Now, here's an interesting stat, Bonnie. Studies show that wearing lavender or having a lavender air freshener will make people trust you.
Oh.
Okay. So you see what's up there at the top of the TV?
Yep.
That's a lavender air freshener.
It smells wonderful,
it's
by
lavender,
the way.
but I don't need to
really
put
fresh.
that in here to make people trust me.
No.
Did you know people who lose their virginity at a relatively later age, around 21 to 23 years old, are more likely to have problems with sexual dysfunction later on in life? Now, don't worry, Bonnie. I'm not going to ask you what how old you were when you lost your virginity. Okay,
but they're
not going to say that. But they are saying that when people lose their virginity between the ages of 21 and 23, they are more likely to have problems with sexual dysfunction later on in life. Now, I would love to get Fredo's take on that one.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a very good question for Fredo.
Oh, yeah. He'll probably say when he was 12 or something.
Yeah, 12 or 13 or
I don't know.
Like that. Lastly, did you know that 67% of women have dumped a guy because he did complain too much? The guy complained too much, so he got dumped.
That can become quite a nag after a while.
Mm-hmm.
I would believe that a number of women would drop a guy that is a complainer.
Yeah.
I mean, even to go to a restaurant and you're going out somewhere,
right?
You just don't want to be eating your food with somebody constantly complaining.
Right. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this? Why did I know this was going to happen? Why did I know this? Good morning.
Well, you said you wanted my take, so I'm calling up.
Okay. Well, give me your take.
Oh, it happened when I was like 10. Yeah, man.
10? Oh, my. 10.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. But now you're probably dysfunctional.
Oh, no way.
Okay.
No way. No. It happened on an afternoon when I was, the teacher told me to stay behind school. I won't get any further than that. But
Please don't. No,
Yeah.
that's more information than we need, Fredo. Yikes. Rumor has it you're opening up a new business.
Oh, I always got a new business going on. I got Fredo's Trash Service now. Yeah,
Fredo's
man,
Trash Service? Is that where you take the ex-wives out and dump them in the yard or something?
Well, that was like a couple of years ago. I used to do that, but
Okay.
now I just I come and pick up your trash for a low price of $49.95. I come over and I pick up your trash. Yeah, man.
Now, is that $49.95 a month, a week, a day?
Depends how much trash you got.
Well, depends or something that you wear when you get older, when you can't go to the bathroom.
Well, no, that's you at 60. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
I'm not wearing Depends. Sorry. Okay. Haven't gotten that far yet. Yeah, you're just, oh man, that devious laugh, that devious Fredo laugh.
Here's a new venue for you, Fredo. Maybe you could get a service delivering Depends, whereas people really get embarrassed to go out and buy them.
Oh,
That's
Fredo's
a good idea.
Depends service.
Yeah, man, that's
But-
a good idea, Bonnie's. I'll give you a cut of it too.
But the thing is, though, you can't use Depends because see, somebody owns that name, so you'd have to give it another name.
I wouldn't use Depends. I use the other brand, the Deep-End Adult Diapers. Yeah, man.
Adult diapers, that's a good one. Or
Depends.
Fredo's anti-poop service.
Anti-poop service.
Yes, anti-poop service.
Fredo's dependable delivery when you need it.
Well,
there you go.
You can just use the Depend and make it dependable and use it and get away with it like that.
Fredo, sounds like you have a little cold there. You're
I've
sniffling.
been walking the Doberman Pinscher today.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
you got a Doberman Pinscher.
Well, you heard him go after that Lollipop Louie when that Lollipop Louie guy was trying to break in my warehouse.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But how does the Doberman get along with Big Kitty?
Get along great.
They do?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You know, especially what do you call it, Big Kitty?
Yeah.
Just, bribes the dog to make him like her. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
How does Big Kitty bribe the dog?
Oh, gives him raw steak or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Just give him a piece of raw meat.
Yeah, the dog likes it.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, any dog
That's
would
why
like
I
a
tore
piece
up
of raw meat.
Lollipop Louie's leg.
Oh, okay.
Does
okay.
your Doberman smile once in a while too? Like,
Oh,
is it
yeah,
smiling?
Yeah, Butch is a good dog. Yeah.
Oh, the dog's name is Butch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Butchie.
Yeah.
Call him Butchie. All right. What's on your plate for today? What service will you be featuring today out on Canner Highway?
Well, I was doing the mobile road, but that got canceled.
Oh, really? And why is that? You didn't have
I don't know. She said she had other things to do.
Okay.
Which I don't understand that, but
Okay.
okay. Get a
Okay.
good foot massage. I don't get it.
Okay.
You know?
All right. So where are we going to find you today? What
So
are you going to
maybe
be
I
doing?
might go to Blind Creek Beach today, do the lotion mobile rub going on. Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rubbing people the
I wanna
right
give
way.
you a personal invitation to Blind Creek Beach today. You can see the Mastro at work. Yeah, man.
The Mastro. He calls himself a Mastro, not a Maestro. It's a Mastro. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
I guess
What
I'll-
time are you going to be there from? Maybe I might have to come by.
Between 10 and 2 today.
10 and 2. Okay. Between
Yeah.
10 and 2. All right. Fredo's going to be at Blind Creek. between 10
follow
and 2.
follow the medallions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then tomorrow I'm making a personal appearance at Medallion Man at the Medallion Man store. For all your masculine needs, medallions. Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Okay. All right. All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you calling in and checking in with us. And best of luck to you with all your different businesses there, Mr. Fredo.
Yeah, and I guess I'll be there tomorrow. I got to direct the band tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
man.
right. I forgot. You're going to be in the green room with the band tomorrow. That's right.
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right.
One of my many other businesses there with my directing the band.
all right.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Give Big Kitty a big hug for me. Give that kitty a hug. All right.
Yeah, she's been calling you a lot. I've been getting on her till you leave you alone a little bit.
Oh.
You know?
Cat's been calling me a liar.
A lot.
No, not liar, a lot.
Oh, the cat's been calling a lot. Okay.
Does quite call often, yes.
That's all right.
That cat does.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. No problem. Well, you have a fantastic day, Mr. Fredo.
You too, guys.
All right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. Bye-bye now.
That guy is
Man, he's like like a rug.
He better hold his hat on the beach today. It's
Yeah.
quite windy out.
It's 6:51. It's time for news. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. President Trump says Miami native Barbara Lagoa is on his short list for the spot on the U.S. Supreme Court that opened up with the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The president was asked if he'll meet with Lagoa when he's in Miami on Friday.
I may. She's highly thought of. I'm getting a lot of phone calls from a lot of people.
Lagoa was appointed to the Florida Supreme Court by Governor Ron DeSantis before being elevated to the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Atlanta by President Trump. Hurricane Teddy is well offshore, but its energy is being felt along our coastline. WPTV's John Shaman has the story.
The power of Mother Nature.
These things are a little dangerous.
Waves crash ashore on Hutchinson Island Monday.
Everything comes together, the high tide and the wind.
Some water had lapped onto MacArthur Boulevard, but the real show was blowing in from the east.
Once those winds picked up, it's just amazing.
While many onlookers came out to admire the beauty, another watches cautiously.
So this is happening in advance of when the antenna normally go up.
Martin County coastal engineer Kathy Fitzpatrick usually gets concerned about Bathtub Beach in October, when astronomical high tides roll in with nor'easter storms.
So when you get a nor'easter on top of those really high tides, we have problems.
So this is happening a month ahead of time.
We're losing the resilience that the beach has built up over the summer.
While so far the dunes are holding up, if this becomes a multi-day tidal event, Fitzpatrick says there could be problems.
Beaches are doing what they're supposed to do. They're sacrificing sand to guard what's behind them and use up wave energy. But they only have so much sand to give up.
Planning ahead, the county brought the lifeguard stands back off of the sand and into the parking lot. Bathtub Beach had been closed for nearly 6 months after a series of storms last fall and only reopened a few months ago. A full beach renourishment project is slated here for next spring. In Stewart, John Shaman, WPTV, News Channel 5.
And those extreme high tides and windy conditions are threatening sea turtle nests along beaches in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. WPTV's Treasure Coast reporter Megan McRoberts has more.
Large crashing waves and whipping winds, creating a playground for surfers, swimmers, and other wind sports. But the conditions are also causing concern along the coastline.
One there, one here.
As sea turtle eggs are being washed from their nests.
They still have stuff inside. Like this one over here, I noticed, yeah.
And once exposed, it's unlikely that they'll live.
It's hard to take, but it's nature's way, right?
Mark Perry is the executive director with Florida Oceanographic. He says tides like these are unusual for this phase of nesting season.
They usually peak out in nesting in June and July, and then 60 days later, the 110 eggs per nest hatch out, and usually there's 70 or 80% success.
That success rate being slashed for some nests, eggs seen exposed along the Treasure Coast, in Jupiter, and in Singer Island.
Turtle eggs nests are being destroyed.
Perry says protecting hatchlings here is critical.
South Hutchinson Island, we receive more than 7,000 or 8,000 sea turtle nests in a year. This is one of the highest nesting beaches in the Western Hemisphere for loggerhead turtles. So we're in a prime place for nesting.
Fortunately, he says it's been a good nesting season so far this year, hopefully countering these losses.
Every year is different, so this year could have a problem if we get so much of the erosion during this later part of the nesting season.
Now, Perry stresses that beachgoers must leave eggs or even hatchlings that they see alone. But if you do see a hatchling that is clearly disoriented or distressed, you can bring them to hatchling drop-off centers, such as those like the ones at Florida Oceanographic or Loggerhead Marine Life Center in Juno Beach. I'm Megan McRoberts. Back to you.
News time is 6:55. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:57 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Not finding any accidents, not finding any tie-ups. So if you're heading out, you should have a good ride. It's looking good on our roadways this morning. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's 77 in Port St. Lucie. Also in Pembroke Pines, Florida, it's 79 this morning. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Good morning, my sunshines, and happy Tuesday to you. Starting off this morning in the mid to upper 70s under partly cloudy skies and a few passing showers coming in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid 80s, low humidity, partly sunny skies, and a 20% chance for a few showers. Winds will stay breezy out of the east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. A coastal flood advisory remains in place throughout the day. Comfy weather continues through Wednesday, highs in the mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low rain chances. By the end of the work week, moisture creeps back in, humidity returns, and rain chances go back up, highs back in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
That's right. Stand clear of the doors, because if you don't, the door might hit you in the rear end.
Eat your damn dinner.
Okay, I will eat my dinner when I get home later, so please stop telling me that, okay? All right, please do that.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning to you, Evan.
How you
Well,
doing?
at least you ate your breakfast this morning.
I
A
did.
little bit.
I did. And it was good. It was really good.
You have like a yogurt every morning, don't you?
I do. I have a yogurt each and every single morning.
I think
do.
Jamie Lee Curtis would love you for that.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
That's right. Stand clear of the doors. That's just like a gimme. I didn't mean to play that again. That just accidentally happened. But that's okay.
It's like a monster or a ghost in your machine that
It
just
is.
wants to play
It just
it.
like popped up. I don't know why that happened, but it just did.
It wanted to be aired again
It did.
and clear the air.
Yeah, to air everything out, as they say. You know how that works. You got to clear the air of everything.
It's better than that air freshener right up there.
No, it's not. Nothing's better than that air freshener up there.
I know it
That air
smells
freshener
pretty
gets rid of
good.
all the stench.
It does. It smells great.
But there's no stench in the radio studio.
There's not. This has been smelling like a great place lately, especially when we have Bill bringing sweet donuts
Yeah.
in, and that makes it smell good
There's
too.
never a stench smell here in the studio.
I know that's right.
That's right. We always have a great time here in the morning. It's a Tuesday. It's the Tuesday edition. And it's time for birthdays and anniversaries and back in the day. September the 22nd, 2020. Yes, 2 days ago was 9/20/2020.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that something?
A lot of people are into numerology.
I know. A lot of people study
Yeah.
the numbers, and like numbers have a certain meaning, and it's almost biblical.
Yeah.
I think they used a lot of numbers too in the Bible, and building Noah's Ark was all about numbers and math.
Want to
and
wish my good buddy George a happy birthday
Oh,
in Kentucky.
happy
It's
birthday.
his birthday week.
Is it today?
Yeah, it is. You know what? I'm going to call and wake him up.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I'm going to call and wake him up this morning. Let me get his phone.
How old does George turn, or can we say?
I
Do
don't
we
know.
wanna
He's up
say?
there.
I know his mom is. His mom is like
His
90,
mom's still kicking.
but she's doing well. Yeah,
Yeah, she's doing well.
saw
Yeah.
her on Facebook with George when they visited Disney, and they went to theme parks over there. And mom at 90 doing her thing, walking around, and
Yeah.
sometimes when people get older, their legs tend to go.
Yeah, well, his legs never go. Yeah. It's a birthday. We're going to call him every morning at this time. He better answer
yeah.
because it's earlier. It's 6:10 in the morning.
Oh, it is up that way.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. 3 rings. He's in Central Time. There he is. Good morning. Yeah, I woke you up because it's the birthday week. So every morning you're going to get a phone call to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Good morning. You're on the air with us this morning. Happy
Hey.
birthday there, old man. Did I wake you?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Good. I finally did it. I woke somebody. Yes.
Sounds so sleepy.
All right.
I
All
feel
right.
bad.
Don't feel bad. This is my sweet revenge.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Watch what you say. We're on the air live. So how old are you? Everybody wants to know. Everybody's asking how old you're going to be.
Oh, no better.
All right. Well, how old, though? It's only 6:11 in the morning where you are. And your birthday's actually in 2 days, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to think for a minute. So how old are you going to be? 60 what? What are you going to be, like is it 67?
No.
More?
66. 66.
66. Okay.
Oh, I was
66.
going to guess only 60 or
Double
61.
sixes. Well, he doesn't look his age.
Yeah.
He has that Dick Clark syndrome.
Yeah.
He's like fine wine. With age, he gets better.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. So listen, I'll let you go back to sleep. And expect another call from us tomorrow. Expect another call from us Thursday. And another call from us Friday, because each morning we're going to call you and wish you a happy birthday. It's your birthday week. All right?
Hey, thanks,
All right.
guys.
See you later. Bye-bye. There you go.
Sounds so sleepy, but
Well,
that
you know
was
what? He's
nice.
probably one of the few people I could call and wake up first thing in the morning.
And get away with it, like he won't
Yeah,
be calling
I can get away
or
with it because
texting
he
later.
lives in Kentucky, so he can't come and knock on my door.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But now, when you invite him down again, though, you want him to prepare a good meal for you, so
That's
you
fine.
don't want to get on his bad
No,
side.
he'll still prepare a good
He's still
meal
doing
for
it.
us.
Going to be
Do you have
doing it.
anybody you want to wish happy birthday to?
No,
No?
just George, I guess.
Not
if
after what
it's
I
his
just did,
birthday
right?
week.
You don't want me calling anybody.
No, I can't think of anybody I want to call this early.
Okay, very good. Tom Felton's 33. That's Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies. Tatiana Maslany, 35. She's going to play Marvel's She's Hulk. Laura Vandervoort is 36. That's Elena, the world's only female werewolf in Bitten.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Billy Piper.
female.
Billy
Yeah.
Piper, 38 years old today. That's the Bride of Frankenstein. Mystical, the rapper, is 50 years old today. He's also a registered sex offender. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah.
That he was.
Yeah, he's a registered sex offender.
Wow.
Scott Baio. Everybody loves him some Scott Baio. Believe it or not, Scott Baio, Charles in Charge, and Chachi from Happy Days. You know how old he is, Bonnie?
Let me guess that he's maybe 56,
How about 60 years old?
60 today.
60 years old, Scott
Yeah.
Baio.
Oh, yeah.
He's every woman's heartthrob.
Joni loves Chachi.
Joni loves Chachi.
Yeah, yeah.
Andre Bocelli, 62 years old today, the blind operatic singer.
He is wonderful.
You ever seen him perform before?
Not live.
He's amazing.
I can only
Truly
imagine.
amazing.
Did you
Truly
and
amazing.
Rachel go to see him?
No, but I've
in-
seen him before. though.
live?
He's really good.
Yeah, I
Really
think he
good.
resides right to the south of us, doesn't he? Isn't he in Fort Lauderdale or
I'm not sure.
somewhere down there?
Not sure. Not
But
sure.
amazing, yes.
Joan Jett, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, 62 years old today. Some of her hits, I Love Rock and Roll, Bad Reputation, and my favorite, I Hate Myself for Loving You.
I forgot that she sang that.
I love that song. I Hate Myself for Loving You.
Yeah, I guess when I think of it, that's like, the other ones were I Love Rock and Roll was kind of overplayed.
Yeah, that was
And-
my theme song on one of my ex-wives.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh.
Hate Myself for Loving You.
But yeah, I forgot all about that one, and that was quite good.
Debbie Boone, 64 years old today. That's Pat Boone's daughter. You know what her biggest hit was?
Yeah, a song I don't even care to hear
Oh,
again.
come on, Bonnie. It's your favorite.
Overplayed and just over. It's just one of those songs
Go ahead,
where
say it.
I think it was "You Light Up My Life."
Yes.
And
Yes.
I don't care if I ever hear it again.
I'm
Sorry,
going to
Debbie.
dedicate that song to my wife all the time. You light up my life.
Well, that's nice.
Sherry Belafonte, 66 years old today. That's the daughter of the legendary Harry Belafonte. David Coverdale, 69. He's the singer for Deep Purple and Whitesnake. Deep Purple and Whitesnake.
White Snake.
Smoke on the Water.
Yeah, White Snake. I remember the videos from the 80s.
Yep.
I think they had the lovely, Tawny Katan was that fiery redheaded lady that always used to be on the classic car.
Some of their
that big white car.
some of their biggest hits were Still of the Night,
Still
Here
of
I
the
Go,
Night, yeah.
and Is This Love?
They were good. I mean, actually, they had some good hits, a swing of hits right there.
All right, so Bonnie, I'm going to hum something, and you have to tell me who the artist is of the song.
Oh, what fun.
Ready? All right. I
I don't know. Maybe something by
Come on.
Michael Jackson, Billie Jean.
No.
No.
Tony Basil, Mickey.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind, huh, Mickey?
I
I did
There
not
you go.
recognize that.
You didn't know recognize
I
that?
didn't.
Come on.
I couldn't get that.
What rock are you under?
Oh.
Jeez. You could not get that?
Not from what you were doing right there. I'm sorry.
insulted.
I'm sorry.
You hurt my feelings. I'm going to
just-
cry.
I just maybe it's not you, Evan. Maybe I just don't remember the beginning of the song. Is that how the song had begun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts out with the drum.
That's just not etched in my
It
memory.
goes.
Okay, I gotta re-listen. I gotta relive that today.
There you go.
It's been
All
a
right.
while since I heard it. So
Tommy Lasorda, the retired manager from the LA Dodgers and Slim Fast superstar, is 93 years old today.
Wow.
93, and he's still kicking arse.
I did not know that he endorsed Slim Fast
Yeah.
either.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. Today is National Voter Registration Day, so get out there and register to vote. Today is also National Ice Cream Cone Day and National White Chocolate Day. Wow. There's a lot of calories going around today everywhere.
Yeah, but I could
National Ice Cream Cone Day today.
definitely get into that, indulge a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe somebody will bring us a half a gallon of ice cream and ice cream cones and a scoop, and we could have ice cream on the air.
I love
Hint, you know who you are.
I love how you send that out there, Evan.
Well,
And-
I'm always begging for stuff.
Oh, hint, hint, you know who you are. I felt bad because I think Phil he did get a shirt though. Remember we had the cleanup shirts handy from the beach cleanup
Yeah.
that our
Well,
friend
I wouldn't expect him to bring me ice cream.
our friend April brought over, but he did get a shirt. There was one
okay.
lonely shirt left.
Oh,
Um,
one is the loneliest number. That's by 3 Dog Night.
And then I brought 2 to this young girl at work, and she was actually texting me last night that her mom loves the shirts too. She actually said, "Bonnie, are there any more of them?"
Wow.
And this was from like this year's beach cleanup. It had the surfboard and it had the turtle.
Boy,
No,
give him an inch. I want to take a yard.
had a turtle
Okay.
riding on a dolphin like it was surfing, but the graphics were really good. Anyway, her and her mom really loved the T-shirts.
Okay.
And I'm going to search the station to see if there are any more for her.
They would be in that other room over there. That's
Yeah.
the only place they would be. 51 years ago today in 1969, the great legendary Willie Mays hit his 600th career home run in a game against the San Diego Padres. Willie ended his career with 660 home runs.
Simply amazing.
Amazing career. 45 years ago today in 1975, a chick by the name of Sarah Jane Moore failed in her attempt to do what, Bonnie?
To get on a space shuttle or something. I'm thinking of the female astronauts because of what I watched last night.
No, she failed to assassinate President Gerald Ford.
Oh, I was way off.
Less
then.
than 3 weeks after a member of the Manson family tried to take him out as well.
Yeah, that was that. Can't one of those Manson women. I can't remember her name. I guess it doesn't matter.
No, not at all. That's the female.
Yep.
That caused all the crap, caused
Yeah.
all the trouble. 35 years ago, and Sharon Tate was her name. There you go. 35 years ago today in
Sharon
1985.
Tate. Oh, wait a minute, Evan. Sharon Tate's the one that got murdered, though.
Oh,
she
was she?
She wasn't.
Yeah, but she was part of that cult, though.
No, she was.
Oh, wasn't
she was
she? No?
She was the Hollywood movie star
Was it? Okay.
that got murdered by
okay.
those animals
Okay.
right in her home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. My apologies for that.
No, yeah,
I
but
can't think of the name.
Horrible time.
35 years ago in 1985, the first Farm Aid concert was put on. Willie Nelson, Neil Young, and Johnny the Cougar Mellencamp were the main organizers. Other performers included Johnny Cash, Bob Dylan, John Denver, Foreigner, and an unknown band called Bon Jovi at the time.
Oh, what a great lineup.
Yeah.
I wish I could go to Farm Aid. I've never been to one.
It's
I've
great.
always-
It happens on a farm.
I always wanted to go with that kind of lineup.
Yep.
Yep.
12 years ago in 2008, the U.S. Mint revealed the first changes to the penny in 50 years, which would go into effect the following year. In 2009, they got rid of the Lincoln Memorial on the back and replaced it with 4 different images that represent different parts of Abraham Lincoln's life.
Wow.
Let's take a phone call very quickly. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Your wife.
Hey.
So much. I figured I'd just call and say good morning.
Oh, well, thanks. It's about time.
Morning.
Haven't heard from you in a while.
You talked to me last night.
Well, I know, but I haven't heard from you in a while on the radio. Well, you're awfully quiet this morning.
I woke up with a headache.
Did you? Did you take 2 aspirin? Then you can call me in the morning.
And that's what she did, right?
She did. It's the morning she called me. Insert foot and mouth. Okay.
Oh, you know what works really well for a headache and heartburn?
What's heartburn got to do with a headache?
Well, lately I've been getting a heartburn and a headache at once.
Okay.
And the plop plop fizz fizz it works wonders.
I don't think Rachel likes Alka-Seltzer.
No?
No. She's a Tylenol kind of girl.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. She gets those headaches every now and then.
Oh, do you get the migraine?
Are you wearing your glasses today or are you doing contacts?
No, I've been in my glasses.
It could be glasses could be the reason too, because you went from contacts to glasses. I mean, just, maybe I'll call Dr. Phil and ask Dr. Phil.
Oh yeah, he would.
Yeah.
He would know for sure.
What's on the slate in the Miss Nine's classroom for today? What's on the slate for the kiddies?
Correlative conjunctions, exponents, 13 colonies.
I couldn't even tell you what the 13 colonies were.
I know, right?
Do you know what they are, Rachel? 13 colonies?
Massachusetts. It's the states that are up that way. Massachusetts, New York, Maine, Maryland.
I could guarantee you that you can ask a teacher this question. Okay, if you line up 10 teachers, and that's something I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a hold of 10 different school teachers, and I'm gonna take a survey and ask them each to name the 13 colonies. Out of those 10 teachers, how many of them do you think will know the answer?
Wow,
not many unless they're history teachers.
Well,
yeah,
this is true.
Like
that's a good point.
With your class,
I'm gonna call up Todd, my buddy.
With Rachel, with your class, do you have to teach a number of different subjects, including history?
Because I teach elementary, I only teach grade 5. I teach all the subjects. I teach math, science, ELA, and
she's multi-talented.
That must be even harder keeping up on all that.
Yeah, you should
keeping
see her
up on
desk
all
at
of
home.
that information.
It's piled high with schoolwork.
I could only
not only
imagine.
from her school that she teaches at, but she's also going to college at the same
Yeah.
time. So she's juggling two things.
That's a lot. Do you have to grade papers too up late at night, grading the papers?
Oh yeah,
and-
she does everything.
yeah.
She'll sit at the dining room table and she'll be grading papers.
Yeah.
Doing this, that, and the other stuff, and then she'll go in her office and she'll do her college class, and she'll be in there for hours, and pretty much that's her life.
No wonder she has a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That'll get
and
you.
sounding very tired.
That'll
Very
get you.
tired.
Speaking of tired, I was whipped after this weekend. Ooh.
Did you sleep well last night?
I actually did. I went to bed at 8, got up at 2, and then went back to sleep and got back up at 3, and I feel really rejuvenated. I think I was the one that sprayed the stuff on the pillows last night. I think I did it, or did you do it? I don't remember.
I didn't do it.
Then I did it then. That was me.
Oh yeah. Maybe it was like a magic fairy that came in and did it.
Let's spray some magic dust.
Yes.
Like Cheech and Chong.
Gavin slept on the couch in my office, and then he woke up, and I think he went to bed not long after 9.
Oh, okay. Well, yesterday was a rough day for him. That was a rough day yesterday. Anyway, all right, we got to run. We got to get to news. Listen, have a great day. Love you. And did you take anything out for dinner? I was going to cook.
Well, no, you get home before I do, so you can take something out.
All right, you want steak or chicken? Which one? Take your pick.
Steak.
Steak? All right. Text Gavin and tell him to take out the 2 steaks in the freezer.
You'll be home before he will. It's his late day.
Oh, it's his late day? All right. All right, no problem. Well, I have to go to an event today after I get out of here. It's a dedication ceremony at Martin County Sheriff's Office for Trooper Bullock. So I'm going to be going to that. So I'll try to remember. Anyway, have a great day. Love you. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
7:25. It's news time. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. Governor DeSantis is proposing legislation to penalize those who cross the line between a peaceful protest and violence. Speaking in Winter Haven, DeSantis said that, for example, blocking roadways would be a felony.
We see people take over interstates. That is absolutely hazardous. It's not fair to motorists who may get caught up in that. And so that will be unacceptable.
The governor says it's time for Florida to stand unequivocally behind its police officers. DeSantis threatened to take away state grants from any communities that seek to defund police departments. Bouncing back while in the pandemic is a struggle more businesses are facing. That includes longtime family restaurant chain Chuck E. Cheese. WPTV's Linny Supal has more.
A childhood classic is on a mission to make a comeback. Yay, 5,000! Chuck E. Cheese has been a hub for family entertainment for more than 40 years.
We have so many customers that come in and say, I remember coming here with my children and now I'm bringing my grandchildren.
Lucille Coppola is a general manager of the Boynton Beach location. I'm sure parents come back and they remember those good times.
Yes, they do.
She's welcoming families back with reassurance about stringent safety measures in place.
If you wish to play a game, they will take them and sanitize them and give you a clean set for each individual player as you turn. So every time you're here, you're using a clean set.
There's also also a notable push to go digital with the new e-ticket system.
All the points will go on their card. Instead of doing the long stream of tickets, it's an all electronic system. So they're going to tap it and then we get to scan all of their prizes in. There's less contact.
The shift comes after Chuck E. Cheese filed for bankruptcy back in June. Economist William Luther from Florida Atlantic University calls that a common move for businesses to strengthen its financial structure.
We should expect to see more bankruptcies than usual. The Chapter 11 and the Chapter 13, when it's used by sole proprietors, can be used to restructure a business so that that business can continue.
Luther says it's also likely for more companies to file for Chapter 11 by the year's end.
There is some good news here. We have to keep in mind that there have been a lot of resources to help those businesses weather the storm.
Unfortunately, businesses go through difficult times.
Staying in touch with customer needs is critical.
Making it work. We're making it work, whatever it takes.
Lenny Sue Paul, WPTV News Channel 5.
The Martin County School District invites the public to hear the latest on the complete school replacements of Jensen Beach and Palm City Elementary schools. They're going to hold a virtual information session tomorrow night at 5 to discuss Palm City Elementary School, and another virtual session on Thursday at 5 to discuss Jensen Beach Elementary School. To get more information and access to the links for the virtual meetings, visit their website at martinschools.org. And lastly, with nearly twice the number of unemployed Americans compared to this time last year, the competition for seasonal work is more stiff. But some of America's largest companies are looking to make significant additions to their workforce heading into a unique and challenging holiday season. Now, if you're in need of a job, here are a few companies seeking help. They include 1-800-Flowers, 7-Eleven, Amazon, FedEx, and also UPS. Well, back in July, when the Kansas City Chiefs signed Patrick Mahomes to that crazy $477 million contract, you might have heard about a liquor store clerk broke the news. Her name is Katie Camlin, and she tweeted, quote, "A front office employee for the Chiefs came in and bought 6 bottles of Dom Perignon, said there's a big signing today. My guess is a Mahomes deal," and she was right. So were the Chiefs upset that she blabbed the news out to the whole internet? Apparently not, because Chiefs GM Brett Veach sent her a bottle of Dom Perignon, which was autographed by Mahomes and defensive end Chris Jones. Our news time, 7:29. Weather and traffic together are next.
$7:30 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Our roads are looking fine throughout Martin and St. Lucie County. US 1 looks clear at the moment, and so do our major highways north and southbound. There's your latest look at traffic. In Palm City, it's a partly cloudy sky. We have 80, and in Frederiksberg, Denmark, it's 63 degrees. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Good morning, my sunshines, and happy Tuesday to you. Starting off this morning in the mid to upper 70s under partly cloudy skies and a few passing showers coming in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid 80s, low humidity, partly sunny skies, and a 20% chance for a few showers. Winds will stay breezy out of the east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. A coastal flood advisory remains in place throughout the day. Comfy weather continues through Wednesday, highs in the mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low rain chances. By the end of the work week, moisture creeps back in, humidity returns, and rain chances go back up, highs back in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid? Are you effing stupid?
Oh, yeah. You know it's going to be really stupid when you get the banjo picking music. Wow.
It's going to be, it just gets like a little bit zany, like cartoonish around here.
Yeah.
But we like the stupid news in the morning.
This is good stuff.
And sometimes we just can't believe it.
South Carolina State Board of Education is in the news. They have revoked the teaching license of a former Richland 1 teacher after reports surfaced of him ingesting an illegal substance in front of his class. According to the report, the incident happened last month. A student recorded a video showing what appears to be Percy Berry snorting a substance from the surface of his desk. Now, a second video shows Berry wiping his nose before beginning or continuing a discussion about possibly losing his teaching career. The incident was reported to the supervisors at the school, and Berry was sent for drug testing. Results from the test returned positive, and he had cocaine in his system, along with heroin and morphine.
We actually had a substitute teacher when I was in school, Evan, and she liked to take a little nip of something once in a while. I think it might have been maybe vodka, whiskey, or gin.
Yep.
But she had it behind her little podium, and, you know, she actually fell asleep while we were taking a test in class that
Note
day.
to self, don't snort and teach at the same time.
Or drink either.
Yeah.
And we were able to kind of like, you know, copy off of one another's papers because she had fallen asleep. Of course, I didn't.
A new relationship website has hit the dating market, but there's a catch. All users must have 4 legs. Yes, all users have to have 4 legs.
Wow.
It's a site called Pinder. Not Tinder, but Pinder. It's a play on the wildly popular dating app Tinder, but instead of swiping right or left on a potential human hookup, all of the eligible singles are pets. So we're just taking the effective format of Tinder and they're applying it to the pet community, said Pinder co-founder Kevin Bottero. The site is new, but a quick scan of users shows a pooch named Max from Seattle dressed as a postman, a Brooklyn-based terrier named Charlie rocking a Where's Waldo suit, a pig named Lucy who's based in Austin, loves to snack on cabbage and more, and a cat that's dressed as a drag queen. A drag queen kitty.
Wow.
Yes, a drag queen cat.
I love it.
While Pinder was created primarily for pet parents to hook up pals for their pooches, finding a human mate is also part of the fun.
Are these
Pinder.
Are these people that are they helping to find pet owners with the right pet on this?
I don't know, but I think it's hilarious. Cat dressed as a drag queen.
As a drag queen.
What would you do if one of your kitties came out of the closet, no pun intended there, dressed as a drag queen? What would you do?
I don't know, but you know, I'll tell you what.
Hansi as a queen. I couldn't picture that.
You know what? It's funny you say that because last night, and I mentioned we were watching that Challenger stuff on Netflix.
Yeah.
Gary was like, Hansi, come over here. Because Hansi's his buddy cat.
Now, are they both boys?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even double trouble. Both coming out of the closet dressed as drag queens. Wow.
But,
boy, your cats would need some psychological help.
He said, Hansi, let's put space helmets on.
Really?
And we'll go up in space.
Wow. Interesting. I need to have a conversation with Gary. Wow.
But like,
what was Gary? Was Gary like into that catnip last night or what? Wow. What the heck's going on with Gary?
I don't know if we have a funny catnip or what, but
man,
Hansi, let's shoot
Gary
into
hitting
space.
the moonshine or what? Woo. Gary wanted to put space helmets on the cats.
It's all that space stuff we were getting into. I don't know.
Wow.
And maybe it's a guy thing, and
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in your house last night. See that one.
But I could picture Hansi in a little space helmet ready
Okay.
to go. But I would never shoot him up there and shoot him away.
All right. A Florida woman named Lovely Butts, Lovely Butts, allegedly doused a juvenile relative with bleach and threatened to pistol whip the victim during a confrontation Monday night in Daytona Beach, Florida. According to police, the 64-year-old Butts, never knew a butt could be 64 years old, was arrested on a pair of felonies, aggravated assault and child abuse, and booked into the Volusia County Jail, for which she was released on bond. Now, investigators allege that Butts threw bleach at the female victim, causing the bleach to strike her in the face and mouth, and also threatened to pistol whip the girl while holding a firearm. The minor, described in a police report as Butts's primary caregiver.
Oh my gosh.
The issue with this story, starts from the very first sentence. The name, Lovely Butts.
Yeah.
Lovely Butts.
But
how the heck does your parent name you Lovely Butts?
But doing something
But.
that's not so lovely.
Yeah. Lovely Butts.
How do you spell the
Could you imagine
is
being
that-
in high school
Yeah.
and the teacher's taking attendance? John Doe here, Jack Smith here, Lovely Butts right behind me.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on it,
Or that's like Seymour Buns.
right? Seymour Buns.
How do you spell
Seymour Butts?
Is that name spelled Butts?
Butts.
Yeah.
There
Lovely
is
Butts.
there are people in the phone book with the name Seymour and Butts.
Yeah.
Yes,
I gotta
there
look
are.
at that.
Yes.
I haven't seen that late. I haven't.
If there was a phone book around here, I would open it up and find a Seymour Butts, and I would call them
It's
straight
been
up.
so long since my fingers did the walking.
Yeah.
But I would like to see that.
I would call somebody named Seymour Butts in a heartbeat and just ask them what it's like going through life with the name of Seymour Butts.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
I
Could you imagine?
I don't know how parents, when they really think about giving the kids their names.
Imagine if Gary's name would have been Seymour and his last name would have been Butts.
Oh.
And you guys got married, it would be Bonnie Butts.
Bonnie Butts.
Bonnie Butts.
That's not so bad.
Welcome
though.
to the program. Hi, I'm Double B. Oh, okay. Very good. Bonnie Butts.
Yeah. And no matter
Interesting radio name.
No matter what I do, I'm still going to be a double B because my maiden name's with a B and his last name is with a B. I
Okay.
would still be Bonnie B.
So you're going to be a B.
Either way.
I'm still waiting for the day you're going to walk in here one day and you're going to be like gleaming ear to ear and you're going to hold your left hand out and there's going to be a big old diamond on it.
You just never know. Now, don't do
I'm
you?
waiting. I'm waiting for that day that's going to happen.
And we're liking the idea of you marrying us right
Really?
here on the radio.
I would do that.
I like-
Honestly, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I would perform the ceremony right here live on the air in the 8:00 hour.
We would love to make it happen
I would have-
when it happens.
Yeah, I could get somebody to bring in. I have the perfect person that could bake. She owns a shop up in Fort Pierce. Good friend of mine named Stacy. We'd have her put a little wedding cake together.
Yeah.
And I would actually wear a tuxedo for that.
Okay.
I would come in dressed in a tuxedo,
I'd love it.
and you would have to come in dressed up, and Gary would get dressed up. I'd have him go down to my good friends at Cardita Formal Wear over at the mall. We get him a
Mhm.
tuxedo, and in the 8:00 hour, we do a wedding ceremony right live on Facebook on the radio, and I would officiate it and sign off on the license
You might
right on the air.
You might be 90 when it happens. I mean,
90?
if you're still going to be here when you're 90.
I'll be here at 90. That long? He would wait that long?
No, because we we've been together so long, but
Right.
it's kind of like, but for
Why
both
not
of
just
us,
make it legal?
for-
Get it done and over with.
for both of us, it would be a second marriage.
Okay,
And
well, I'm on third.
we're kind of, but it's kind of like both something we want, but we still want very much to stay together too. And that's
Well,
like
you're gonna stay
most
together.
important to us.
You're
than
gonna
like
stay. You're gonna stay together.
like a note or a piece of paper that says,
yeah.
but I mean, he
Just
means
make it legal.
Yeah.
What's Gary's last name?
I don't not going to say. I'm not going to say it over the air.
You won't say his last name on the air?
No,
It's
no.
public. It's on Facebook.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I could just go
Yeah.
find it and say it, but I won't do that to you.
I just want, because for his personal,
Okay.
I mean, I want to honor and respect maybe his privacy a
That's
little
okay.
bit. Yeah.
Would you keep your last name, or would you take Gary's last name?
I think
if you guys were to get married.
I think in honor of my father too, and I love my dad,
Right.
and I would probably go by my last name than his last name.
You could hyphenate.
I'd have those hyphenated.
You could hyphenate. You can go Bonnie, and then the middle would be your maiden, and then the last would be Gary.
It would be a triple B.
Yeah,
Triple B.
It would be a triple B.
Yeah.
Wow. See, that would be a nice way to honor pops.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. It's just like, it makes me kind of.
Tell Gary I want to take him to lunch. I'm going to have a conversation with that man.
Okay.
I got to get him to put a ring on it.
You guys
I need to get him to put a ring on it. I got to get Gary to put a ring on it.
You could go to Ellie's Deli for lunch.
That's
he would
fine.
probably like to
I
do
get a
that.
certificate. I'll take him to Ellie's Deli. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Look, Gary, we need to talk. We need to have a conversation.
Oh.
You've been living together for how long now with those two cats that are coming out of the closet as whatever you want to call them. So now you need to be the official parents of the kitties.
Yeah.
And be done with it.
We've been together for half a century, but I like it.
50 years? Wow.
No, I'm just
50 years. That's a long time to be together with somebody.
It's just like one of those where you don't know what you would do without.
I'm
that
celebrating
someone.
my 21st wedding anniversary coming up here in a few weeks.
I can only imagine how you
21
both
years.
feel, and that
21 and we haven't
Yeah.
killed each other.
and you made
That's
it,
amazing.
You made it through the quarantine too. You
Yeah,
weren't
we
one
made
of the
it through-
couples that.
Yeah, we made it through the court. That was the toughest part, was when the quarantine was like like when it was like full blown on, where you just couldn't go nowhere. And all you had
Yeah.
was four walls and a TV and your spouse to talk to
And your ice cream.
and my ice cream.
But yeah, that like the quarantine really put couples to the test. I mean, if your marriage or your relationship made it through that.
Yeah. I couldn't see my grandkid, my grandson. I couldn't see my kids. It was the worst time of my life.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was, but we got through it, and things are kind of semi-quasi back to semi-normal, but
Right.
we're still, slowly but surely, we'll just say.
It's good that you're being cautious.
Yeah,
You're just
you have
cautious,
to.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
You have to, because you know what they say. Where's it at? Right here. Have mask, will travel.
Yep.
That's it. Always have my mask with me wherever I go. It goes wherever I go. I keep one here. I've got extras here in the studio. If anybody ever needs one, if they're uncomfortable, I've got one out in the car. I have a stockpile. I think I have like 400 masks at home.
That's
Because
amazing.
I'm in the business. I sell all that stuff
Yep.
too, besides my DJ business.
Have you been able-
shameless plug there.
Have you been able to sell some of your product?
Yeah,
with
I've
the
been
masks?
selling.
You've
I've
been
been
good
selling.
at
Yeah, I've
that?
been selling masks
Yeah.
and gloves and the face shields and things like that. And I'm competing with the prices that are at the big box stores.
Right.
So I'm a little less expensive, but everybody, goes. There's not a shortage of things anymore like there used to be. So things are
Right.
good.
But you know what? And if you are like competitive with your prices, there's
Yeah.
so many people always looking for that lower price.
Yeah, definitely so. 7:47 right now in the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. Let's head on over to the news desk. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Extreme high tides and windy conditions are threatening sea turtle nests along beaches in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. WPTV's Treasure Coast reporter Megan McRoberts has more.
Large crashing waves and whipping winds, creating a playground for surfers, swimmers, and other wind sports. But the conditions are also causing concern along the coastline.
One there, one here.
As sea turtle eggs are being washed from their nests.
They still have stuff inside. Like this one over here, I noticed. Yeah.
And once exposed, it's unlikely that they'll live.
It's hard to take, but it's nature's way, right?
Mark Perry is the executive director with Florida Oceanographic. He says tides like these are unusual for this phase of nesting season.
They usually peak out in nesting in June and July, And then 60 days later, the 110 eggs per nest hatch out. And usually there's 70 or 80% success.
That success rate being slashed for some nests, eggs seen exposed along the Treasure Coast, in Jupiter, and in Singer Island.
Turtle eggs nets are being destroyed.
Perry says protecting hatchlings here is critical.
South Hutchinson Island, we receive more than 7,000 or 8,000 sea turtle nests in a year. This is one of the highest nesting beaches in the Western Hemisphere for loggerhead turtles. So we're in a prime place for nesting.
Fortunately, he says it's been a good nesting season so far this year, hopefully countering these losses.
Every year is different. So this year could have a problem if we get so much of the erosion during this later part of the nesting season.
Now, Perry stresses that beachgoers must leave eggs or even hatchlings that they see alone. But if you do see a hatchling that is clearly disoriented or distressed, you can bring them to hatchling drop-off centers, such as those like the ones at Florida Oceanographic or Loggerhead Marine Life Center in Juno Beach. I'm Megan McRoberts. Back to you.
Governor Ron DeSantis is warning Florida communities against taking money away from police departments.
We are not going to permit localities to defund the police. If you defund the police, then the state is going to defund any grant or aids coming to you. And that applies to any municipality or local government throughout the state of Florida.
Lastly, the Florida Lottery is introducing 5 new scratch-off games. The X the Cash games offer top prizes ranging from $10,000 to $5 million. The tickets cost between $1 and $20. Money from scratch-offs generated more than $1 billion for the state's education trust fund in the fiscal year 2019. And in the NFL from last night, wow, the Saints lost to the Las Vegas Raiders by a score of 34-24. On tap for tonight with the NBA, the LA Lakers will play the Denver Nuggets tonight. News time is 7:50 and weather and traffic together are next.
$7:52 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, no accidents being reported. Just keep in mind if you head northbound on the turnpike way up by Fort Pierce at mile marker 172, there's some road construction in that area northbound. Use some caution there. And there's your latest look at traffic. It's 80 degrees in Stewart in Great Falls, Montana this morning. It's 47. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Good morning, my sunshines, and happy Tuesday to you. Starting off this morning in the mid to upper 70s under partly cloudy skies and a few passing showers coming in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid 80s, low humidity, partly sunny skies, and a 20% chance for a few showers. Winds will stay breezy out of the east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. A coastal flood advisory remains in place throughout the day. Comfy weather continues through Wednesday, highs in the mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low rain chances. By the end of the work week, moisture creeps back in, humidity returns, and rain chances go back up, highs back in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Woo! You ever seem to have one of those years where it seems like nothing's going right? From the pandemic all the way down to your job. Well, you know, dealing with all that stuff ain't easy, but this dad's got a way to cope with it. Let me tell you about it. Kitchen table, classroom, time to go online. Waiting for the teacher, the lessons at night. The class begins, your dad's got a brew. His shirt's half off and his muffin warm too. Smoking in the Zoom room, drinking in the Zoom room. And that teacher, he ain't sorry, he still thinks it's cool. But this is the only way that your dad's dealing with homeschool. Hey kids, you seen my lighter?
Yeah, smoking in the Zoom room. That's not exactly the smartest thing to do. That kind of sounded like Kiss, the rock band Kiss, doing that parody, didn't it?
Yeah, maybe,
When you think about it?
a little bit it did.
I don't know. It was part of our morning show prep this morning, so I got it and downloaded it, listened to it. I'm like, man, I want to play this morning.
It's timely too, Evan, because like with your story on Friday I think you had a beef about that, right?
Yeah.
With the parents smoking.
Yeah, parents that are smoking in the background of their Zoom sessions. They're wearing ankle bracelets. They're drinking. They're smoking weed. They're doing all sorts of stuff. I'm like, man, have some common flipping sense.
Yeah, you're a parent. You're not supposed to be smoking in the Zoom room.
You know, you don't smoke in the Zoom room. Come on.
I can't even
You know?
imagine parents smoking and drinking around their kids while they're even studying or doing homework anyway.
That's awful.
Let alone them being online and trying to keep up with their classes and walking around.
That's just not good. That's just not.
And mom there with an ankle bracelet on her too.
Hey, coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, we have a substitute for Sheriff Snyder. Sheriff William Snyder is not going to be here today. Major John Budenseek is going to be here with us, giving us an update on what's happening right here from the Martin County Sheriff's Office on WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. The palatial studios right here in beautiful Stuart, Florida. 8:07. It's time for our weekly visit with the Martin County Sheriff's Office. Normally, Sheriff William Snyder would be here, but he is busy running around like a chicken with his head cut off right now down at the Sheriff's Office for a big event that's going to be happening. So in his place is Major John Budenseek. He's with us right now. Good morning, Major. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning to you also.
Always a pleasure to have you on the radio. Always. Couldn't have picked a better person as a stand-in for the sheriff.
Well, that's flattering, and I appreciate it. So happy to be here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's talk a little bit about Governor DeSantis's effort to enact the legislation to combat violence, disorder, and looting, and enact a Law Enforcement Protection Act. I think that's a very positive thing that he's doing.
Absolutely. Obviously, it's a little bit self-serving because I'm in the law enforcement industry, but as a citizen of the state, I think what the governor did was brilliant. You know, we've been watching this play out for too many months now. And it almost seems like the new normal is if there is a questionable shooting, which unfortunately, inevitably is going to happen somewhere in the state of Florida at some point over the next few years.
Mm-hmm.
But the new norm is we go burn the town down and the local government, including the cops, just sit back and just watch it take place.
Yeah, that's not cool. I'm sorry. That's just not cool at all.
And the governor came out strong ahead of it saying, look, you've got the wrong place. The whole state of Florida is off limits. You know, we've proven that you can have peaceful protests. We did it here in Martin County. We did many, many peaceful protests. Nothing went wrong. Nothing was burned down. No people's rights were violated. Perfect. And we're okay with that. But the governor's saying you can do your peaceful protest, no problem with that, but you're not going to burn the town down without some serious penalties. I think he's done a marvelous job getting out ahead of it.
Really good point about peaceful protests, because yes, here in Martin County there was the peaceful protest that was at the if I remember correctly, it was on the was it around the north side of the bridge in the parking lot there, or the south side? I don't remember exactly where it was.
I think actually we did 10 altogether. We had them on the bridge. We had one in front of the mall. We had a couple in Oak Sound,
right,
middle of Stewart. So I think we had 10 total, and amazingly so, nothing went wrong.
Every single one of those, all 10 of those, peaceful. The people came out. They spoke their piece. They said what they had to do. They exercised their First Amendment right, which is freedom of speech, and they did it in a very peaceful and I say this with a capital M, a very mature manner.
And that spoke more for the message that they were trying to get across than people who are exercising. Well, they have the right to speak out and say what they want.
Right.
They have the right to violate your rights by destroying your property or taking away your property. So, the people that did it here in Martin County, we heard their voice and we respected them, and they hopefully respected us, and we were able to work together on issues. It's a runaway train in most of these large cities. Their message is long distorted. We don't even know what it is anymore.
Yeah. They just, they only know one thing, that they know to wreak havoc on a town. They know to destroy. They know to burn. They know to loot. And it's sad. And the law enforcement just stands back and they watch, and that's it.
Yes. Well, Governor DeSantis, if you look at, and I haven't read the finer, I've just looked at the bullet points of what he's done. He come out strong on a lot of these issues. I mean, it's felonies. These aren't misdemeanor charges that he's charging people with. These are felonies if people get out of hand and they don't protest appropriately. So I was surprised at how aggressive he came out.
Yeah, it's not a slap on the wrist and you go in front of the judge and okay, you get a year probation and that's it. No, you're going to the big boy house. You're going to the big boy house.
And you're going to be held without bond in a lot of these scenarios.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty stiff penalties. So I was very impressed with how strong he came out. I think I'm in law enforcement, of course. Like I said, it's self-serving, but for the residents of Florida, he's protecting them, and I think he did a good job.
Yeah, you play with fire, you get burned in the Sunshine State. That's the motto of the Sunshine State.
I think
you play with fire, you get burned.
I think I did hear possibly maybe jail time of up to 6 months if people want to destroy monuments and things like that too. 6-month jail sentence.
I actually have that somewhere. I don't want to take the time and try to read back through. Yeah, minimum jail sentence. That's for striking off.
Yeah. We're losing our connection
breaking out a little bit
with John.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. That's better now. There we go. So switching gears here, Major, big event today happening at the sheriff's office for Trooper Joseph Bullock and his entire family. Let's talk a little bit about that, if you could, please.
Yes. So initially we weren't planning on having a big event. Obviously, COVID has changed our approach to everything we do.
Right.
September is Law Enforcement Appreciation Month, and we were scheduled to have a regular law enforcement appreciation day at the sheriff's office, but we canceled that because of COVID. So then we completed our memorial for Trooper Joe Bullock, and we started inviting this one and that one. And here we are today. This has turned into a larger event than we had planned because there's so many people that were involved in the case or were on scene or simply want to show their respect for Trooper Bullock, who served the Treasure Coast for so many years. So we are preparing. That's what the sheriff's doing this morning. He's preparing for his speech, what he's going to say, and we have a lot of people coming in, including the colonel for the Florida Highway Patrol.
That's going to be exciting. And what exactly is the sheriff's office doing to honor Trooper Joseph Bullock?
So, our public information officer Christine Weiss had a probably an 18-inch by 2-foot bronze memorial made honoring Trooper Bullock. And
Mhm.
we put it in the lobby of the sheriff's office where you can come in the front door. There's a nice little decoration, and then there's that memorial on the small, but it's not small to us. It's a big way for us to honor, Trooper Bullock, who paid the ultimate sacrifice here in Martin County, protecting our citizens.
That was a terrible thing. Terrible tragedy that day. That you being the dad of a cop, it's I could never I could never fathom that.
When his intention was to go out there and try to help someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tried to help a car, broke down. Jeez.
And that's all he was doing. And normally at the end of an investigation, you can find a motive or figure it out. And it doesn't make it any better. But we still haven't figured it out. We're not going to figure out why the senseless acts were committed that day. We will never know.
Yeah.
And that, I think, makes it worse.
Speaking of the highway, out on the highway on 95 at that mile marker where that unfortunate incident happened, you guys, your department has created this beautiful memorial to honor Trooper Bullock. Tell us a little bit about that, if you would.
Our traffic unit, which writes tickets and works crashes, they work hand in hand with the Florida Highway Patrol. So they knew Joe Bullock personally. They know all of his fellow troopers that are still out there working. They went to Home Depot, actually, and Home Depot donated all the material.
Mm-hmm.
And they went out and mowed the lawn and then resurrected that memorial that you see out there, which is beautiful. They did a great job. It's lit at night, and I think it's a great way to show respect and to just honor that ground where Trooper Bullock paid the price.
It's absolutely gorgeous. If you ever, what do you know the mile marker off the top of your head?
I do. Mile marker 107 on the northbound side.
Okay, mile marker 107, and I'm going to preface this and I'm going to disclaim this. Please don't pull off the side of the road to look at the memorial. If you want to slow down a little bit as you're going by, but for safety purposes, please don't pull off the side of the road.
No, you're right. It's on the inside lane. Cars are running. You know how fast they go out
Yeah.
there too. And we didn't put that out there to get more people hurt. We put it out there to honor the trooper, and
Mm-hmm.
we'd be doing him a disservice if people pulled over and then they cause crashes and create a traffic problem out there. So you're just passing by, you can see it, and you're right. Please don't stop.
Yeah, please don't stop. You can honor, you can salute as you drive by. That's a great way to honor Trooper Bullock. Give a little salute in his honor. Just give a little wave and, say something as you drive by. We're thinking about you. Beautiful way to honor you, whichever way it is, but just don't pull over whatever you do. Let's shift gears a little bit and bring it as we round third base and head to home plate, so to speak, in baseball terminology. Let's talk a little bit about the sheriff's office in general. How's the jail doing with COVID and the situation with the deputies and COVID and stuff like that?
The jail's good. We, as on the law enforcement side, as deputies come into contact with people, they're doing their own little triage, trying to figure out what kind of health people are in. Of course, you can't see COVID in everybody.
Right.
They've been very thoughtful about who they bring into the jail. If somebody has a misdemeanor and they know they have COVID, of course, there's alternatives like writing notice to peers. There's other options in lieu of taking them to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So on the front side, the deputies have been thoughtful about their approach. And then in the actual jail, as they come in, of course, they're taking their temperatures. They're moving new people into the jail over into a quarantine section so they can make sure that they're not asymptomatic when they come in and actually be carrying COVID. So far, we have not had an outbreak of COVID in our jail, which I think is a huge kudos to our jail Major Osliger, who runs the jail. She's done a fabulous job in managing that.
Tip of the hat to the Major for that one. Definitely. Great job, Major. I hope you're listening. Excellent. We're all very proud of you here in Martin County. Final note here. Let's talk a little bit about daily business for people that need to come down to the sheriff's office.
So we have not opened our lobbies yet.
Okay.
However, we have a tent out front, so you don't have to stand out there and sweat, hopefully. I know it's been hot. But if you need a report, or we still are not fingerprinting, but if you need a report, like a traffic accident or whatever kind of report you would need, you can still come to our speaker box, touch the button, and it's people who will make a copy and bring it out to you.
Now, let me ask you a question, Major. Is this something that can be done if they call in? Can the report be emailed to somebody? Can somebody go online and do this, or it has to be done in person?
We've been doing it in person due to CJIS requirements. We have not been emailing reports out.
Okay.
I know it, but we haven't been doing it.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to check because I'm sure that the question probably will ask, well, can I get my, police report emailed to me? Can I call in and get it emailed to me? Et cetera, so on and so forth. So I appreciate you clarifying that. My special guest has been Major John Budensiek. He is with the Martin County Sheriff's Office. I will hopefully get to bump fists with him a little bit later on this morning and meet him, of course, mask to mask as always. Got to keep it safe, clean and green in Martin County, and abide by the rules, correct?
Correct. You hit it, yes.
Hit the nail right on the head. Good luck today with everything going on at the Sheriff's Office, and I look forward to meeting you in person when I see you down there a little later.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you also. Have a good day.
All right, take care. Bye-bye now. News time right now. It's 8:20. Let's go to the news desk. Bye. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. President Trump says Miami native Barbara Lagoa is on his short list for the spot on the U.S. Supreme Court that opened up with the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The president was asked if he'll meet with Lagoa when he's in Miami on Friday.
I may. She's highly thought of. I'm getting a lot of phone calls from a lot of people.
Lagoa was appointed to the Florida Supreme Court by Governor Ron DeSantis before being elevated to the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Atlanta by President Trump. Governor DeSantis is proposing legislation to penalize those who cross the line between a peaceful protest and violence. Speaking in Winter Haven, DeSantis said that, for example, blocking roadways would be a felony.
We see people take over interstates. That is absolutely hazardous. It's not fair to motorists who may get caught up in that. And so that will be unacceptable.
The governor says it's time for Florida to stand unequivocally behind its police officers. DeSantis threatened to take away state grants from any communities that seek to defund police departments. Ollie's Bargain Outlet, one of the nation's largest retailers, is operating its first Treasure Coast location in Stuart on Wednesday. The storefront at 3010 Southeast US 1 in the Martin Square Shopping Center near Chick-fil-A and Home Depot will open its doors at 8:45 a.m., according to a news release. Ollie's Bargain Outlet offers closeout merchandise and excess inventory items. Products traditional retailers have discontinued and will no longer sell. Its website says so. Shoppers can find anything and everything from sporting goods to housewares and groceries. With nearly twice the number of unemployed Americans compared to this time last year, the competition for seasonal work is more stiff, but some America's largest companies are looking to make significant additions to their workforce heading into a unique and challenging holiday season. And for some companies, they're planning on making some or all of their new hires permanent employees. And just a few of those places that will be hiring will be 1-800-Flowers, 7-Eleven, Amazon, FedEx, and UPS. And lastly, the Martin County School District inviting you to hear the latest on the complete school replacements of Jensen Beach and Palm City Elementary schools. They're going to hold a virtual information session tomorrow at 5 to discuss Palm City Elementary School, and another virtual session on Thursday at 5 p.m. to discuss Jensen Beach Elementary School. Now, to find out more and access to the links for the virtual meetings, visit their website at martinschools.org. Chicago Cubs lefty Jose Quintana will be activated from the injured list on Tuesday and start against the Pittsburgh Pirates Manager David Ross announced on Monday Quintana, age 31, has been out with a lat injury after missing time to start the season with a cut on his hand. Quintana has only thrown 6 innings this season between the 2 injuries. He's been a mainstay in the Cubs rotation, and with fellow starter Tyler Chatwood out with an elbow ailment, the team has been in need of innings from the rotation. His role in the playoffs might be determined by his outing on Tuesday and then possibly in the team's regular season finale on Sunday. News time is 8:24. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:25, the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, no accidents here in Martin County. Just keep in mind that to the north of us, northbound on the turnpike up by Fort Pierce at mile marker 172, there's some construction in that area. So you're going to see maybe a little bit of slowdown and use some caution there. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's 81 right here in Stuart, and in Lyon, France, it's 74 degrees. Here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
Good morning, my sunshines, and happy Tuesday to you. Starting off this morning in the mid to upper 70s under partly cloudy skies and a few passing showers coming in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid-80s, low humidity, partly sunny skies, and a 20% chance for a few showers. Winds will stay breezy out of the east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. A coastal flood advisory remains in place throughout the day. Comfy weather continues through Wednesday, highs in the mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low rain chances. By the end of the work week, moisture creeps back in, humidity returns, and rain chances go back up, highs back in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the biggest little radio show on the biggest little planet, the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie.
8:30 right now, the time on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for our daily dose of space in another place. And here is a gentleman that really needs no introduction. I think he's been here longer than the building's been standing. Here's Randy Siegel.
Pretty close. Well, sir, back on this date in history, 2006, the Japanese launched their sun probe known as Hyoside, which is now giving data still from orbit. And we also had the launch that took place of NASA's MAVEN spacecraft. Well, MAVEN stands for Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evaluation. This spacecraft has been in orbit now around the Mars and sending back phenomenal data as NASA continues to get ready to fly eventually to the red planet. Well, the astronauts on board the International Space Station continue to do their thing. They did a lot of science. All three residents participated in vision tests. This is where they measured the visual acuity as well as the visual field and contrast sensitivity. You may recall that many astronauts experience visual difficulties when they return to Earth following a long-duration mission. Well, NASA's trying to understand why that happens and what they can do to counteract that particular problem. Commander Chris Cassidy worked a variety of life support and science hardware on board the International Space Station. Cassidy set up a small portable device that is testing the air on board the station, the nitrogen content, the carbon dioxide content, methane, as well as water content on board the space station. Cassidy then collected and stowed water samples from the plumbing system inside the Tranquility module for later analysis back here on Earth. Finally, he relocated the Tango Lab 2 science facility that supports biological and chemistry studies in a more powerful, efficient device with better cooling capabilities. The astronauts also practiced piloting skills using the weightless conditions of space to pilot vehicles on the surface of the Earth. In this case, it was cosmonaut Ivan Wagner who did this using his piloting skills to maneuver a vehicle in Russia. Cosmonaut Anatoly Ivanushin spent his day checking Russian battery temperatures and power connections before he started assisting Wagner. And they also synchronized their cameras to check clocks and worked on computer hardware. The International Space Station is going to be commanded to move just a little bit higher into orbit on October the 7th. The reason for this is they want the space station to be in the proper phase for the launch of the next Russian spacecraft that will be carrying 3 astronauts to the International Space Station on October 14th. The station will be maneuvered 1,312 feet higher, placing it into an orbit of 260.85 miles above the Earth. And then on October 14th, Sergei Rusakov, Sergei Kutsevasyev, and Katie Rubins will be launched to the International Space Station. 2 United Arab Emirates astronauts are back in training again as they will be making trips into space. 2 of them have been practicing for some time now, and 2 others are going to be joining them in Russia and in the Johnson Space Flight Center, as the United Emirates is going to actually fly into space in the next couple of years. So everything is in the ready to have astronauts from other countries go into space, as well as the seasoned astronauts for Russia, the European Space Agency, and NASA. Arianespace and OneWeb announced a revised schedule to cover the launches of the OneWeb's constellation deployment. OneWeb has had several problems because of bankruptcy, and they've also have had problems with some of their vehicles. What's interesting to note is that even though they have put in, under Starlink, a lot of the OneWeb satellites into orbit, they're a short-term orbit. Therefore, they're in space for a short time. They verify that everything works properly, and then in many cases, they're dropped out of orbit. But the entire constellation continues to show that they can actually operate and work properly. A view of mission control in China has shown that they're in the middle of course corrections that are taking place with their Tianwen-1 Mars spacecraft. It's the second course correction that they're using as they head out towards the red planet. China also has lost access to Australia's tracking. They had a station in Australia, but the Australian government has revoked the Chinese authority to use that tracking station. So as a result, China is going to have to look for an alternative somewhere in the area that will allow them to communicate with their vehicles in Earth orbit and those that are on the way to Mars. NASA astronaut Mike Hopkins has a distinction of being the first astronaut to be transferred from the U.S. Air Force to the new U.S. Space Force. Hopkins will be a commander of the Crew 1 spacecraft when it launches later this year or next year. Congress is having a hard time as far as the COVID virus is concerned because they can't get the votes that they need to with the proper people in place in order to continue the authorization bills. Even though the Senate still has not marked up its bill for NASA for the coming year, they are going to be holding hearings tomorrow on NASA's ability to get $25.2 billion. The reason for the increase of 12% is because President Trump wants NASA to fly humans, including the first woman, back to the moon by 2024. The additional funds, this is not likely to happen. And lastly, NASA has published the Artemis plan for returning American women and men to the moon. Tomorrow we're going to tell you about NASA's Inspector General's report on planetary missions, as well as a reality show to go into space. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's your daily dose of space in another place with the one and only Randy Siegel. He brings us the weekly and daily space report right here at 8:30. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where the party is always going on. It's a festive atmosphere with some of the greatest and finest food this side of Stuart, Florida. Bonnie?
Yes, Evan, it's even like a party. We can even party on a Tuesday at Ellie's because they make it so each and every day with fresh homemade soups that they're making. And you can enjoy a fresh spinach and chicken salad too today. It's on a bed of fresh spinach topped with roasted chicken, bacon. You get hard-boiled egg on this one, red onion, feta cheese, toasted almonds, and grapes with a salad dressing of your choice. Remember, Mark serves up fresh subs, wraps, signature sandwiches, and soups. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart now has their patio back open, plus they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has the full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stuart. call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
Time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold is opening up at $1,908.40 an ounce, and silver opening up at $24.28 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. 8:40 right now. It's news time once again. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Governor Ron DeSantis is warning Florida communities against taking money away from police departments.
We are not going to permit localities to defund the police. If you defund the police, then the state is going to defund any grant or aids coming to you. And that applies to any municipality or local government throughout the state of Florida.
Bouncing back while in a pandemic is a struggle more businesses are facing. That includes longtime family restaurant chain Chuck E. Cheese. WPTV's Lenny Supal has more.
A childhood classic is on a mission to make a comeback. Yay, 5,000! Chuck E. Cheese has been a hub for family entertainment for more than 40 years.
We have so many customers that come in and say, I remember coming here with my children and now I'm bringing my grandchildren.
Lucille Coppola is a general manager of the Boynton Beach location. I'm sure parents come back and they remember those good times.
Yes, they do.
She's welcoming families back with reassurance about stringent safety measures in place.
If you wish to play a game, they will take them and sanitize them and give you a clean set for each individual player as you turn. So every time you're here, you're using a clean set.
There's also a notable push to go digital with the new e-ticket system.
All the points will go on their card. Instead of doing the long stream of tickets, it's an all electronic system. So they're going to tap it and then we get to scan all of their prizes in. There's less contact.
The shift comes after Chuck E. Cheese filed for bankruptcy back in June. Economist William Luther from Florida Atlantic University calls that a common move for businesses to strengthen its financial structure.
We should expect to see more bankruptcies than usual. The Chapter 11 and the Chapter 13, when it's used by sole proprietors, can be used to restructure a business so that that business can continue.
Luther says it's also likely for more companies to file for Chapter 11 by the year's end.
There is some good news here. We have to keep in mind that there have been a lot of resources to help those businesses weather the storm.
Unfortunately, businesses go through difficult times.
Staying in touch with customer needs is critical.
Making it work. We're making it work, whatever it takes.
Lenny Supal, WPTV News Channel 5.
More than 200 students, from 4 school districts were ordered to quarantine over the weekend in Martin County, officials said Monday. Now, the group includes 71 students from Jensen Beach High School, 76 students from South Fork High, 22 students and 1 staff member from Martin County High, and 32 students from Dr. David L. Anderson Middle, according to the district. Since schools reopened August 11, nearly 800 students have been sent home to quarantine, amounting to nearly 5% of the total student population. And lastly, the price of gas in Florida is still dropping. AAA says the average has fallen 4 cents in the last week to $2.12. Braden Point, Udre Poulat, and Kevin Shattenkirk scored less than 4 minutes apart in the first period as the Lightning held on to beat the Stars 3-2 in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Andrei Vilisevsky made 27 saves for Tampa, which evened up the best-of-7 set at 1 game apiece. Game 3 is tomorrow at Edmonton. News time, it's 8:43. Weather and traffic together are next.
8:45. Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Not finding any accidents right now on our roads. Everything is looking smooth, nice and clear. If you're commuting in Martin County and St. Lucie County, of course, you always just got to look for the school buses and school kids out on the roads and slow down in the school zones. Have a safe ride. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 81 in Palm City in Interlaken, Switzerland. That's where the Loch Ness Monster is from. It's 69. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Good morning, my sunshines, and happy Tuesday to you. Starting off this morning in the mid to upper 70s under partly cloudy skies and a few passing showers coming in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the mid-80s. Partly sunny skies and a 20% chance for a few showers. Winds will stay breezy out of the east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. A coastal flood advisory remains in place throughout the day. Comfy weather continues through Wednesday, highs in the mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low rain chances. By the end of the work week, moisture creeps back in, humidity returns, and rain chances go back up, highs back in the upper 80s to low 90s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Oh my God. You know what today is? Okay. We need to look at a calendar.
Look at the calendar.
It is September 22nd.
Fall is my absolute favorite season.
Well, you're in luck. You're in luck. Today just happens to be
The first day
of
the
fall season.
The temperature
Just keep getting cooler and cooler.
You need a sweater.
You ready to start? Let's start the show.
Well, the show started 2 hours ago, almost 3 hours ago, and it's the first day of fall. And I don't mean fall down. I mean, it's fall. Leaves are changing. George sent me a picture from Kentucky, showed me the leaves are changing colors. They're brown now.
They
that
got to
should
be
interesting.
mixtures of yellows and reds and just like beautiful hues, all kinds of colors.
All sorts of colors. All
Yes.
sorts of colors. We have a caller right now. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Good morning. Well, not show. Good morning.
Oh, okay. Well, good morning to you, old man. How are you today? And how's Edna doing?
Well, with sadness today.
Oh no, no, don't even go there.
It's the first day of fall, and Edna fell off the side of the mountain.
Oh,
A
really?
bear was chasing her.
So she fell on fall.
You can kind of say that.
Okay.
She fallen and she can't get up.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay, and she fell off side of the mountain. So, did anybody go after her?
The bear.
Oh, okay. And I'm afraid to ask, what happened?
A bear was chasing her, I guess, when she was cooking some victuals outside the motorhome in the nice cool air this morning. A bear came up on her and she was running away, and she forgot we were sitting just off the side of the mountain, and she rolled away.
Oh no. Okay. So now it's just you in the motorhome.
Yeah, darn it. I got to fix that darn thing and change a flat tire now.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to do a little bit of work, and you're going to have to learn to fend for yourself now, old man. That's you can do that, right?
Well, Bonnie still owes Edna a pig slop match. Maybe we'll have Bonnie drive the motorhome and fix it up.
Maybe you can get a hold of Fredo. Fredo's got a car service. He has drivers, and maybe you can hire one of Fredo's drivers from Fredo's driving service.
Or maybe I'll have Bentley.
Oh yeah, Bentley. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll have to have a conversation with Bentley. Well, to take your mind off of things, are you up for playing a round of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Well, I guess I'm game.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. That's right. It's time to play a round of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader with Bonnie and the old man down the road. The way the game works, I will ask you standard fifth grade curriculum questions. If you get the answer right, you get a point, and you can get up to 10 points in this game. So without further ado, let's spin the wheel and see who's going to go first. Gave it a pretty hard spin there,
Yeah, that's powerful.
like 15 times around. All right, looks like the old. So, old man, here we go. Your first question for Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Lines that are blank never touch. Are they A, perpendicular, B, congruent, or C, parallel?
Parallel.
Parallel is correct.
Good job.
Good choice. Okay, question number 2. What is the fastest land animal on the face of the earth? Is it A, a gazelle, B, a cheetah, or C, the roadrunner?
Edna. Oh my goodness. It would be a cheetah. I'm sorry, cheetah.
Cheetah. Correct. All
Good
right,
job.
you've got 2 right. Good job. All right, question number 3. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Are the opening words of what? A, Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, B, the preamble to the Constitution, or C, the Declaration of Independence?
Oh, that'd be the Constitution.
That be wrong. Bonnie?
I'm going to go with that preamble one.
Incorrect. The Declaration of Independence.
Bonnie, I gave you an opening. My goodness.
All right. Old man,
I
you
was
still have
there when they
control.
signed that.
I
You were,
believe
okay.
so.
Okay. Old man, you still have control here. Which of the following is not a real person? A, Johnny Appleseed, B, Daniel Boone, or C, Paul Bunyan?
Paul Bunyan.
Correct. What was the 49th state to join the United States of America? A, Alaska, B, Hawaii, or C, Puerto Rico?
It's Hawaii.
Incorrect, Bonnie.
What were the other ones? Alaska
And Puerto Rico.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Old man, don't give it away.
I'll say Alaska.
Alaska is correct.
Yes,
Bonnie
right.
now has control.
Puerto Rico is a commonwealth.
Yes, exactly. Kind of where George lives, also a commonwealth.
Yes.
All right, here we go, Bonnie. You have control here. A rectangle measures 5 inches wide and 20 inches long. What is the area of that rectangle? Is it A, 25 square inches, B, 100 square inches, or C, 120 square inches?
C, 120 square inches.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Old man?
It's the second one.
The second one is correct, 100 square inches.
100.
Very good. Okay, next question. Where would you find the words, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses? Is it A, the U.S. Constitution, B, the Lincoln Memorial, or C, the Statue of Liberty?
Is this old man?
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty is correct, old man.
Oh, old man's on target
Still have
this morning.
You still have control. Next question, old man. Whose picture is on the United States $50 bill? Is it A, Ulysses S. Grant, or B, Teddy Roosevelt, or C, Ben Franklin?
Ulysses Grant.
Correct. What state is best known for maple syrup? A, Virginia, B, Iowa, or C, Vermont?
Vermont.
Very
Wow,
good.
Old man is on fire.
He's kicking your arse.
I know, he really is today.
Okay, all right, here we go. Last question. A milliliter of liquid is closest in volume to A, a large droplet, B, a cap full of liquid, or C, a glass full of liquid. This is a milliliter.
That would be the small one, the second one.
A caplet of liquid?
Yes.
Incorrect, Bonnie.
Okay, so what were the other two choices?
A large droplet and a glass full of liquid.
I think it's a large droplet, I want to say.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. Very, very
But I think
good.
I might have guessed what the old man guessed too today.
Yeah, well, he kicked some booty today.
He really did.
He did.
Yeah, it must
Hey,
be
Bonnie,
yeah.
Could you tell me, since Evan said we were a Commonwealth, what other 3 states are Commonwealth states?
Oh, he's testing your knowledge, Bonnie.
What other 3 states are Commonwealth states with
Yes,
us?
there's 4.
So Puerto Rico was one, right?
Nope.
It's not.
No,
No, that's a territory.
that's a territory.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico's not even a state.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not a state in the 50 United States.
Commonwealth states?
Yeah, you have Kentucky is one.
Would it be Washington, D.C.?
No.
No,
No, incorrect.
I'm not sure.
All right, old man, time to educate us.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Virginia, Pennsylvania. Okay, one more.
Okay.
Did you say Kentucky, Evan?
Well, yeah, Kentucky.
Virginia,
And there's one more.
Pennsylvania, Massachusetts.
Okay. I never knew that. I never studied that before. We did study the capitals. When we were kids, we had to know the capital city of
Okay.
every single state in the nation.
Do you still remember them?
Some of them I do. I'm
Okay.
sure some of them I have forgotten.
Okay, what's the capital of Texas?
I want to say it's
Old man, do you know what that is?
Austin.
That'll be.
Is it Austin? I know Austin is Music City there.
Old
And-
man? Is it Austin? It is Austin. Okay, very good. All right, old man. Well, listen, we got to let you go. We're up against, we're running out of time. We're going to get into
Okay.
somebody else's time block. So say goodnight,
Yeah,
old man.
I got to go find that.
Yeah, well, good luck. All right, bye-bye now.
Take care of her.
The old man down the road, and he lost Edna off the side of the mountain.
And
I
being
hope he can
chased by
find
a
her.
bear?
Yeah, I hope he could find
I
her.
wonder if it was a woolly bear.
I don't know. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Get Up and Go show. Today's the Tuesday edition. And we'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early,
We sure will
at
be.
6 a.m. We say chow mein.
Honduras.
And Arriba Dirty, the words of Ellen DeGeneres. We always say, be kind to one another.
And it's only Tuesday today, but, still go out and have some fun, even if it's a work day. Get some fun in.
Yeah, have some fun. We're WST Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. Don't go anywhere.